Welcome back, friends, to the shop on a very chilly Sunday, Thanksgiving. It was Thanksgiving weekend. It's been snowing all night. We've got 6 inches of fresh snow on the ground and no end in sight. So I thought we'd come into the shop to do a video that I have already done, but things have changed dramatically. So one of the most popular videos on the channel, my mouth is so frozen I can't talk here, was testing the cheapest gas chainsaw on Amazon, and that turned out to be the Extreme Power Saw, which we did a video on, and it's actually been a pretty good saw. I was going to give it away, and I've kept it around because it's just been a handy little saw. You know, I think it was, what did that come in at, $120 or so, which I just couldn't believe it at the time for a 20-inch gas-powered chainsaw that actually works. Well, there is a new kid on the block. This is no longer the cheapest saw on Amazon. Not by a long ways. This is. I was looking around and I came across this $79.99 for a gas-powered, I think it's an 18-inch chainsaw. Well, that's like, what is that? Oh, math on camera. That's like $50 less than the Extreme Power was. I just can't believe it. If this was electric, yeah, I could get that. But a gas-powered chainsaw with a magnesium frame? I don't know, Bob. I don't know. Let's take a look inside it and we'll go test it out and see what we get. This is exciting. We get a brand new chainsaw. Let's see what we have here. Well, there's the bar. Well, that's a bonus. This is a professional saw. I wonder if it'll look professional if we put it on upside down. We've got the manual here, just generic chainsaw. Of course, we don't need that. Oh, there's the power head. It doesn't look too bad. It looks actually way more modern than the, if you notice, like the new Huskies, they have that rounded body molding. This is a professional chainsaw there. We kind of skimped on the decal there. It doesn't quite fit, but that's okay. We're not about the decals, are we? It's got a chain brake on it. You know, it appears to be about the same size as the Extreme Power. Does it look similar? Are there any differences? Could it be the same thing? Well, there's definitely differences. No, I don't think it's the same, and it does indeed have an alloy body on it. I figured this thing would be all plastic, 100%. We've got our fill for our bar oil, our gas. You know what? I think this is the same. Looky here. It's just got different plastic on it. See, we've got the gas deal and we've got this round deal. It looked like there was supposed to be like one of those push bulbs there for priming the carburetor, but we have the same thing here, right? Looks very similar. We've got the switch on the back with the pull choke. Same air cleaner. Speaking of which, I never did look at the air cleaner on this thing. What? Oh, that's tight. Why is that so tight? Let's get some tools. Let's take a look and see. It does indeed share the... Boy, that was tight. The same air filter. Why would they tighten that so much? I wouldn't think a little Chinese person would be strong enough to put that type of torque on a plastic nut. You know, being so small statured and all. You know, different but similar. What's this all about there? Oh, it's broken. But it doesn't seem to be broken in a way that would really affect anything. We have a rubber seal there. No, they're very similar, but they're very different. I'm gonna guess it's coming out of the same factory, but it's a whole lot less money. I mean, this starts to get into a real value when you're talking about $79 if it's as good as the Extreme Power was for. And it looks better too, got better plastics on it. Well, let's put some fuel in it, see if it starts. Let's put this thing together here. And I'll just kind of muse as we go on. I'm assuming we're going to have a Husky style of clutch, which is on the Side panel, yeah, of course, I should have known better. Yeah, right there. So that's how the Huskies I've had in the past have worked, is how the brake is when you engage it, that it basically just puts clamps around the flywheel clutch system right there. But I mean, just looking at everything, this is a pretty decent little saw. Again, we have a full, what looks like to be a magnesium body. This whole clutch assembly right here is all metal. You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. $80? We should probably Loctite this, huh? It's funny how Loctite works its way into almost every video, and they are not, nor have never ever been a sponsor of the channel. People ask where'd the Loctite come from. They just sent me that. They just sent me that package, you know, of kind of like a sample deal of one of all of their product line, and I had it out on a video one time, and some guy commented about me being just being boastful, bragging by showing all that Loctite, basically saying, "Look at all the Loctite I have. You don't have. I have more than anyone, more than you guys do, and so that makes me better than you." That's what he was implying. And so, of course, you know, we ran with that, and it's been Loctite's been a thing ever since. Pretty good sized fuel tank for just a little saw. Still not even quite full. I mean, it's suffering from your typical, you know, your Chinese has that feel to it, kind of plastics that are not the best plastics, and the threads that are not super tight. But like this whole tank and that whole assembly there is all magnesium. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it has that same look to like a German or Swedish saw. Again, that's what I keep coming back to, is that there was an effort. It's not just complete garbage. Question is it going to start? Okay, we've got a on button. This is a regular traditional choke. No lock on for the throttle. Chain brake engaged. Ooh, that feels weird. Why is that so spongy? Oh, that's weird. It's like it's on a rubber band. It's like I'm pulling clear, it comes clear to here before it'll even engage the clutch. So that's weird. I'm gonna hold the throttle on. Definitely choked. That's the worst starting recoil feel I've ever felt. Push a choke in. Boy, it does sound good. It sounds like a nice engine. You know, I like it. You know, when you just like something, I get it. You know, it's a $80 Chinese chainsaw, but it has a good feel to it. It's running a little bit fast on the low end idle. It's got right here, just like most power saws, you got an L and an H there. That's your low and high end adjustments for the carb. It came with the screwdriver. Might have something to do with our altitude here. So let's see if we can. That spongy recoil is weird. I don't know about that. All right, did you see what it's doing? So on high RPMs, when the vibration got up, it actually shook the gate, the chain brake, engaged it. I didn't run into that with the extreme power. It's probably just something that needs tightened up in there. Well, let's see how it cuts. That was our first cut. Now you see a little smoke off the power head there. That's fine. That's just the newness burning off of it. A lot of chain stretch. Now when I felt this chain, it is reasonably sharp, but it's not a high quality chain. Even with that being said, it cut through that. It has lots of power. The power head is definitely there. Now our chips are going to tell us a story here. It's going to tell us everything we need to know about our chain. What do we see here? You see all the fines? How many fines there are in there? That's a chain that's not properly sharpened. What you want to see are those big chunks. There's a few big chunks in there, but there's mostly kind of a powdery sawdust. It's just a low quality chain. So even with that and all the stretch that we see there, it has a lot of power. Like I was putting a lot of force on it, and it had power to spare. So let's tighten that back up again, and we'll see if it'll handle a plunge cut. I noticed while using it, it's a balance saw. If this were a blindfold test, I would have put this in my hands, and to make that cut right there, I wouldn't know that it wasn't just a normal, good, high quality chainsaw, because it didn't have a lot of vibration. It had a good balance. It's ergonomic, and the engine runs strong. The engine sounds great. This is a great little saw. I mean, we just started using it, but everything is working. There's a lot of metal in it. A lot of it has a solid feel to it. It runs great. Has a fabulous little engine on it. Shortcomings are we got a little problem with that brake engaging prematurely. I'll take a look at that. That might just be a matter of just tightening something up. I haven't had that problem with the other one. The chain is garbage. It's a throwaway chain. If you were to put a good Oregon or a steel chain on here, a full skip, it would handle that no problem. It's got great power, and it just runs like a top. It's a handsome little saw. It cuts great. Love the engine. Just a couple little niggly things, you know, that cushion recoil is kind of weird, but not a big deal. I mean, but again, what are we talking about? We're talking about $80, $79, and that includes shipping. It was free shipping. It was a prime deal. What a great little saw! What a fabulous little saw for $80. I mean, it actually works. It's a wood cutter. How long will it last? Well, I don't know. How long does a normal chainsaw last? If a guy got a couple of seasons out of it, 2 or 3 seasons, is it worth $80? Yeah, that's up to you, but it's not bad. It's a whole lot better than I thought it was. I actually like it better than the Extreme Power just because of the cosmetics of it. It looks a little bit nicer, but that's it. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'll keep it in the inventory. This will be a good one for beginners and stuff. Let them go tear it up, or kids and stuff. All right, well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll put a link to this if you want to order a good spare backup saw, or maybe you don't need one all the time. You can't go wrong for the price. I mean, this is not a product endorsement. If it was terrible, I would tell you, but I'm not seeing that. And I've been using its brother, the other one, which obviously, you know, has come out of the same factory, most likely, and that hasn't given us any problems at all. And matter of fact, it sat for 6 months, and right before the video, I started it up, and it started up on the 4th pole with the gas in it. So, yeah, that's it. I'm pleasantly surprised. So thanks for watching. Keep us in your prayers. May God bless you and your families, and we'll see you guys on the next video.